Morning. So, these are peanuts. So, I think some of you have probably seen my video from a couple of years back, growing peanuts. It was 2 years back. And these bad boys are literally peanuts sown from the shop bought supermarket ones. You can see there, look, getting the root going. And we are Friday 7th or 8th today of April, and they were sown on Sunday. So they've come up in 5 days. Admittedly in a heated propagate unit. But yeah, nothing special. I've literally used multi-purpose compost, which sown the seed into, given them more water, stuck them in. So I will probably give them one more day in the propagate unit, see what comes up or what else, and then have to separate out a few of them. But you can see they just go absolutely crazy. Suddenly put on a load of growth. Actually, I'm going to leave them out the propagator, but yeah, I'll show you when I come back to potting them. See you soon. Right, so another 8 days on from when we visited these little plants in the propagator unit, or just come out of the propagator unit. Peanut plants. I've potted these tonight. Well, so potted, trade them, if that's a term. Yeah, as you can see, most of them, there's a couple buried beneath the soil still, but most of them have come up and got their first set of leaves. Got some root to them. They are a little bit awkward when you come to pot, because they produce a lot of very thin root, which you can see there, and it kind of goes in all directions, and you genuinely have to just pull it apart. I've just noticed a rogue one there still, so I still got to plant that. So let's get it the right way. So it puts out this little taproot to start with, and fibrous root, and then it just goes absolutely crazy. It produces a lot of top growth, and then loads of the spidery root beneath it, which, so it literally just goes everywhere. So they are a bit of a pain when it comes to potting up, because they genuinely, if you leave them too long, they're just intertwined with one another, and you end up having to be a little bit ruthless in terms of pulling the roots apart. So that's why it is important to try and separate them quite early on. And yeah, essentially now they're potted into these size cells, they will probably be okay for another couple of weeks, and then from here they will need to go straight into essentially like a 1 or 2 litre pot. But really you want to make sure that they've got a good cell worth of root formation before you do that. And it is at this stage actually that they are probably the most awkward, because on one hand they want to be kept moist because they're a legume. It's not a peanut, is not a nut, it's a legume, so a member of the pea and bean family. So it wants to be kept moist, but it doesn't want to be getting too wet. So just kind of give it a drink as and when, just to keep the compost slightly on the moist side, not too much. And So essentially you'll just watch them grow, and as they do grow up they will sort of force the compost out. So again, just periodically, just slightly press the soil back around them, and yeah, then when it gets to the next stage, yeah, as I say, just pot them into a larger, slightly oversized pot. And that's I suppose my tips of having grown these a few years now. So I just thought I'd show you these, 14th of April, and they've well, they've already seemed to have filled out a little bit. Still waiting on these back three to appear. You'll notice that it must be the morning when I'm doing this videoing, because the leaves are opening, and peanuts are one of those interesting plants where the leaves come together nice and tight for the evening, and then they open out fully when it's daytime, get most of that sun. So let's see how they continue to grow, and hopefully those back ones will pop up fairly soon. So we're now at the start of June. These are the peanuts, so you can see they're doing really well, and there's actually a couple that have started forming flower to them. And we've actually got sunshine now, so the whole of our May in the UK has been pretty cool, and well, it certainly feels like it's been wetter than normal. So these plants have been inside the whole time, hardening off gradually. But basically what I'm thinking is that I'm going to put a few of the plants into that container there. And what I've done is I've made up a compost mix, which is multi-purpose compost mixed with about 25% worth of the John Innes. So that is my mixture there. So I'm going to fill the container up with that and then plant into it. So let's just get that in the container first. Okay, so we are on the 16th of September, time to have a look at the monkey nuts. They are looking very poor, worse than they should be looking, quite frankly. And that's got a lot to do with what they've had to put up with this year. We had a very hot summer in the UK. Very hot. As a result, had to move them out of the greenhouse for a while, and certainly the trough was outside for the whole time, and then these smaller ones went back in the greenhouse only to be hit by aphid and then spider mite. The trough there, they've also suffered with spider mite, so because it has been so dry and hot, spider mite has actually been a problem this year, which is never, well, it's never really an issue in the UK, not in outdoor crops. And then subsequently we've got to the latter part of August and into September, and it's just been cooler than normal and wetter, so I really don't know what's going on. And you can see there that the compost is looking pretty saturated, so I kind of think that this is as good as they're going to get, and probably just need to pull them and see if there is a viable crop. So let me set the camera up and we'll have a look together. Okay, gloves on. Let's have a little look, so I'm not holding out a lot of hope for them. And they're nicely anchored in there, so with root. So let's have a look. Just knock off the soil. Look at that. Got a nut. Blimey. Let's just get a shot of some of this. Oh, dropped one. look, got some tiny little peanuts. Let's put a bowl there so we can marvel at a few. So, got a grand total of 3 peanuts from this plant. Well, not going to get very fat on that. Just clean it up and yeah, 3. This one's coming out almost too easily. There's a tiny one there. So as you can see, the peanuts form below the ground level, as they are not a nut but a legume. So just actually I'll put the compost in there and the other organic matter. Let's get rid of this one. Oh, got some tiny ones on this. Pretty poor. Well, let's see how this one is. Oh, look at that. Straight in there with some signs. Oh, it's the best one yet, I think. Yeah, proper group of them. Nice. Let's clean those up. There you are, look at those. Not going to go very far, so I'll just tackle that trough now, and then yeah, see what's what. Oh, goes. I don't think there's much else on that one. No. So they seem to produce the peanuts very high up. Oh, absolutely nothing on that, I don't think. No. And then we got this one, last one, which well, I had higher expectations for that. So, for all those months of growing, that's all I've got to show for it. Well, it's a crop of monkey nuts, or crop of peanuts, so yeah. I don't think I'll be growing them anymore, to be honest, but anyway, video done. So if you have got any questions, send them over to me. I'll do my best to answer them for you. Might be more a case of what not to do, because quite frankly, after 3 years now of trying to grow peanuts successfully, I've only achieved half a bowl full this year, which is probably a few more than I managed 2 years ago. So yeah, if you've got any questions, then send them over to me. Do my best to answer them for you. If you like what I'm doing, then please subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit that reminder button so you don't miss out on the future videos I'm doing. And always, and I guess most importantly with something like this, have fun, enjoy what you're doing, enjoy experimenting and being outside. And mind how you go. Till next time, see you soon. Bye for now. So I had finished the video, but thought actually if I give them a bit of a wash, then you can see. But yeah, that's all I've managed. Never mind. Until, well, maybe until next time.